This semester, we have two productions that we're doing. We have a musical called the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, and we also have Cloud 9, the two shows that we're working on this semester. The first one is Cloud 9. Kelly, you're in the middle of directing it at this time. It's an interesting play. It's a comedy, but it brings up a lot of issues, and sometimes there's some bizarre moments within it. What are some of the aspects of the play that have drawn you to it?
Well, for me, the play is about identity and how in Act 1, the Empire is basically telling everyone how they're supposed to be, although many of them are failing miserably. And then in Act 2, the Empire is gone and suddenly they can be anything they want to be, and some are more comfortable with that than others. And I think identity is something that we all have to deal with, how we define ourselves, and how comfortable are we with taking on what other people think of us and expect us to be, and how much we want to rebel against that or would rather find those answers for ourselves.
And to do that, the play takes place in two very different time periods. But it's in the break is an intermission, and we travel 100 years, is it?
100 years, while the characters only travel 25 years.
That's interesting.
Carol Churchill I've heard, is better at Brecht than Brecht. She likes to mix things up a little, and she's being funny while saying something serious, as you were saying, and making the audience think about those things. And it definitely, Act 1 is fast, sexy, saucy romp farce. And then Act 2, there's still some of that there, but it definitely takes a darker turn. And I think it will definitely challenge my actors, but I think it will also challenge the audience.
Harry! You are a wicked, wicked woman!
And for the audience, they come into it, there are laugh out loud moments because it is a comedy.
Oh yeah, anytime you put a guy in a dress, it's going to be funny.
There's laughs there.
Yeah.
What Father wants, ideally like to be. I find it rather hard, as you can see.
It's a show about identity, and it's interesting because the other show we're doing, which is the musical, it also
Candy, by the way.
It is Candy. It's a fun musical, right?
We got Candy going on, so.
But it really deals with the vehicle for the musical is a spelling bee that these middle schoolers are in, but they are also trying to find their identity at the same time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, the thing about this play, and it is Candy, I mean, I'm not trying to be silly about it, but because I do think there are issues involved. But, you know, these are misfits. These are, you know, what would kind of be considered in society losers. I mean, and you know, the irony of the play is that they win a spelling bee, which even in the context of sort of everyday life in America, like, you're still kind of a loser, you know, if you're sort of a nerd or, you know, you're a spelling nerd. But the irony is this is like their crowning achievement of their lives is to win this sort of spelling bee. So, yeah, I think definitely identity is important here, the idea of the misfit and the idea of sort of not fitting in and sort of trying to find your way in the world, what's important to you, I think is there. But at the end of the day, you know, it is a musical, it's fun, it's bright, it's candy. Literally, there will be candy. We'll be giving away candy.
It's always
you know,
a good
so
thing.
you come to the show, you get free candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's definitely true.
Well, and both plays are actually occurring in the Black Box Theater, which is an intimate space. And for a musical, that's very intimate because we've got a lot of choreography. We're just going to have a piano, correct?
Yes, yeah. I mean, there will probably be some other sort of other sounds or soundscape in the production, but yeah, just in terms of the music, it'll be, you know, singers and a piano.
There's an intimacy that you get, and it's the same with Cloud 9, where it's going to make the audience connect a little bit more because it's going to be right there.
Yes, it's going to be great in many ways, and like I said, I think a little challenging for the audience at other times.
And there's no escaping. You're going to be a part of these shows.
Yes.
And you'll know that it's a man in a dress.
Oh yeah.
At Cloud 9, you know, there's no question. We'll be like, is that a guy or what's going on there? You know,
I think
feel
the
like,
beard
yeah,
might
yeah.
give it
Well,
away.
that too, yeah. But you know, you might think, is that a fake beard? Maybe there's a woman wearing a fake beard. You know, nope, that's a guy.
That's a real man
That's
there.
a real beard. So-
And there's a good reason for it too. Everything within, I think within both these pieces, they each say something very specific. And when we see that, there's a purpose behind it, right?
I think so. I mean, I think in Cloud Nine, I think what she's trying to say is within us, both of these things exist. There's a man inside of me and a woman inside of you, and allowing both of those to exist in harmony, I think is the objective.
Well, thank you. I think it's going to be a great semester where we deal with, looks like 2 comedies that are going to really explore who we are, and I think it's going to be a great adventure for us.
I think so as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.